Welcome into Doak Campbell Stadium, where Florida State beats Virginia Tech 34-14 and improved to 5-5 on the season, back to 500.
Yep.
We won't mention the conference record, but there's a lot to talk about with this game. Not just the fact that Florida State won, but how they won, all the things that were going on with who was here, who was getting honored.
Yeah.
But first of all, I just want to give a shout out to Cummins. CumminsLifestyle is what you want to look for on Instagram. We'll talk a little bit more about them at the end of the show.
Okay,
when
awesome.
Aslan gives us some details to talk about. But interesting game, man. There was a lot. Senior night, but also you had Ethan Pritchard back 2.5 months after he was shot and nearly killed. I thought Deuce Robinson was very eloquent talking about him after the game. Said that, basically it was centimeters were the difference between life and death for Ethan Pritchard. He was shot in the head, was basically in a coma for a while, critical condition for a couple of weeks, has been in a rehab facility for the last month, came to practice on Thursday, was with the team today, took part on Friday, released Thursday, with the team on Friday, participated in the Legacy Walk before the game, and he watched the game from up there outside the coaches' offices. There's a lot going on, man. This was an important win for Florida State, but there was a lot going on around it as well.
Yeah, and I wrote about it in my column. Like, I don't know. Do you get inspired by something like that? It'd be hard not to be inspired necessarily, but who cares? It's a football game, right?
Ethan?
Yes. I mean, like, who cares if you're inspired or not by it? Like, that's so much more important than if you beat Virginia Tech. You know what I mean? Like, just the fact that he was here.
Right.
Because when you hear these stories, you hear about somebody's in critical but stable condition. You're like, oh, okay, they're out of the woods. They got shot, they survived. Man, it was touch and go for a good long while he was in the hospital. For him to be here, the first time he's been on the stadium since the Alabama game, that to me made this night a success, obviously, much more so than whether you beat a bad Virginia Tech team. But in the game itself, you did beat a bad Virginia Tech team, and you beat them badly, which, again, that's good to see. We know you can do it at home. The next step is, 5 days from now. By the time you're watching this, I mean. Will that be 5 days? Yeah, Friday night, Raleigh, a place Florida State traditionally plays very well. Kind of the NC State folks are tired of the Noles rolling into Raleigh. And that might be, obviously, Mike Norvell's job status will have a lot to do with that game, in my opinion, on Friday night. But, yeah, man, I just thought this was a cool night, man. It was a cool way to finish the season. Yeah. People were happy. The kids were here with their shirts off, waving around. You put up 34 points. I just thought it was a fun night. And we sometimes lose sight that this is supposed to be fun. I think the 70,000 people that were here, especially the guy over our shoulder getting his money's worth, mowing the heck out of this lawn, I just thought it was a fun night for everyone involved.
Yeah, the first half, not as much.
Well, hey.
First half was a little sluggish. I mean, they were moving the ball, but they only got the ball 3 times in the first half.
3 times, Ira. What in the world are we doing?
The defense couldn't get off the field.
And then you had a 16-play drive.
Yeah, exactly. So the first half was a slog.
A lot of big plays,
And really, you have they go for it on 3rd and 4th down, throw a couple fades to Deuce Robinson, which you were calling for in the press box.
Yeah, that was my fault.
And
I said, why don't you? I literally just said, why wouldn't you just throw it to him twice in a row? And they did. He didn't catch either one of them.
Came close on the second one.
Came really close on that second one. The first one's a drop.
But so they come up empty in that possession, and then you do get the touchdown right before halftime, which was big.
Big.
And then I know the story for me of this game was the fact that this is the first time, it feels like for the first time in a while. I don't count the Wake Forest game because that really wasn't even a game. Wake Forest just didn't show up. They might as well have you could have stayed home in Winston-Salem if that was the performance you're going to bring.
And Wake can't lose since
then.
Yeah, Florida State got them right.
But this game, Florida State did play complimentary football.
Yeah.
You got some takeaways on defense, had some kick returns.
Return kicks? How about that?
It's amazing when you start a drive at your 40
instead of instead of just always at the
every
25?
single time. You also stepped up, like when Florida State went up 24-7.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech scores to make it 24-14, but then Florida State's offense got the ball, went right back down and scored another touchdown. That was big. So again, I thought from a standpoint of like playing a complete game, I thought this was the best all-around game they played. I don't know, man. It's been a long time. Maybe since the Alabama game.
Since the Kent State game?
Maybe since the Alabama game. Obviously.
Hey, let me talk before he comes. He's almost on my back right now. I want to talk. I want to get this sense.
I just want to clarify. I understand the competition is not very good. Virginia Tech's not good, but Florida State had not played a complete game, I think, in a long time.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech's not so horrific that you expect to beat them by 20. I don't think their defense is awful. I mean, he milked that one. But your offense, you had the ball 3 times in the first half. You went missed field goal, touchdown. Your drives were missed field goal, touchdown, 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 field goal. That was it. You never punted. There was never a punt in this game.
Either team.
Have you ever? I don't know if I've ever covered a game where there were no punts. So, yeah, that was interesting. The defense was not good, I didn't think, overall. They got run on a little bit. Virginia Tech kind of pushed them around a little bit, but you got some fourth down stops. That kid's not a great throwing quarterback. Sorry, Drones, but you're not. You got other strengths. Probably a really good kid, just not great throwing the football. And you got a couple of takeaways. You got a strip sack. You actually recovered a fumble. Some good stuff that happens, and maybe it's a home game. It's almost like, does this even matter when you're talking about Friday night? There's the way they look in this stadium compared to the way they look in other stadiums is so night and day. You wonder what you can even take from it, but you hope you can take something.
I do take more, like I said, I take more from this game than I did the Wake Forest game. I just thought the Wake Forest game, the way it played out, when you got a lead, they cannot throw the football at all. They're going for it on their own side of the field. Like, that game got out of hand, and it really wasn't. It wasn't a competitive football game. This was, and what I liked about it was, and again, we'll see if they can do it on the road.
They did put the game away like late in the third quarter in this game. Yeah, that was good to see in the fourth quarter.
And like they didn't ever seem like flustered. You know, it just seems like this is a team that for the last month
you kept waiting for a fumble or some critical fumble inside the 5-yard line.
And it just seemed like you didn't see the pressing that we've seen from this team for the last month or so. Again, Mike Norvell, give him credit for it. It's not hindsight. On Monday, he talked about how well they came out on Sunday after the Clemson loss. You know, in a time where they probably could have been pretty down the way they played at Clemson. And he said it was one of the best Sunday nights that they've had since they've been here at all.
What?
Corey, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I got you.
It was one of the best Sunday nights they've had since they've been here at all, not just this season.
Yeah.
And that, you know, and again, that wouldn't have mattered except they did have a good week of practice, and then they did play well tonight. So, again, I do take something out of this. Now, we'll have to see if they can take it on the road, but I actually am a lot more confident about what I saw tonight than I have been, again, in a long time.
So would you extend Norvell?
You know, we'll get to that, Corey.
Okay,
we'll get
but
to
you
that.
see the light.
Let's
you
tease
see the light at the end of the tunnel?
We'll get to that.
Maybe you kind of thought maybe this was the Franklin Bowl. Like whoever lost this game, maybe James Franklin was in play. And look, man, that's the elephant in the room, or the elephant in the stadium, I guess. And it's not. What do you say after a 34-14 win? He's obviously not getting fired. I don't know. A lot of people don't think it matters what they do these next two games. I do. You're not very confident in how they'll play this weekend. I'm not either, or this next weekend coming up. But, hey, crazy things happen. Teams went on the road. I've seen it before. I've seen it a couple times this Saturday night. Yeah. A couple teams went on the road. So you're allowed to do it. But, yeah, I think there is, when you look at the way they've played these last two home games, it's crazy, man. Like, I bet their point differential is one of the better ones in the conference. You know what I mean? They're 5-5. They win all their big games. When they win, they win big. And when they lose by a point. Or 5 points. So, and not the Clemson game, but all the other ones were within a touchdown. So, I'm really, really interested in what they look like Friday night. I did think the offense, not a lot of big plays other than one. By the way, Deuce, we picked on him a little for the two drops in the end zone. Tommy said they weren't good balls, which I thought the first one was a fine ball, but Tommy took the blame. But also, Deuce is still awesome. He's close to 1,000 yards. He had a 50-yard touchdown where he just told the dude to get off him. And like he's Deuce, because he's Deuce, he said all the credit goes to the blitz pickup and the offensive line for giving him the protection to make that play. Great teammate, man. I hope what he's meant to this team and how good he's been. You can still hear me, right?
I can hear you.
I hope that doesn't get lost because the season hasn't necessarily been a success. This has been a great year. By all accounts, he just seems like a good dude.
Yeah.
Really good football player, but a good dude and somebody that's easy to root for. And I don't want that to get lost just because they're 5-5. He's been awesome.
Well, he needs to run it back next year. I think that's obvious. I mean, he's going to have over 1,000 yards receiving. He's right there in the door. But he clearly needs to run it back.
He's got a lot to work on.
Next year.
You got to stop dropping those deuce. You need to come back and hone your skills. Especially with the – I mean, there will be a quarterback at Florida State next year.
We just don't know
who it will be. And Tommy wouldn't say yes or no. The great Aslan asked him if this was his last game in Doak, and he said he wasn't sure. So we'll all see about that.
Tommy Castellanos was one of the seniors who walked tonight. From what I understand, he is going to apply for an extra year, which he should. I think he should be able to get because he played in one postseason game 4 years ago, and that wouldn't count anymore. But we'll see. And the reality is, man, there's no guarantee if he gets a year that he wants it to be here or they want him to be here.
Right,
so, and again, Tommy, I didn't think played great. Much better in the second half. Ran the ball well. He missed a lot of throws.
He looked great running, though. Yeah, he did. He kept saying he left a lot of money out there.
And he did.
He did. But he looked. Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, the most they could have scored is like 45.
No, but
he missed some throws. McCoy twice. But he looked different running the ball.
Yeah.
Like he was a weapon again running the ball. That was good to see. It'd be nice to see in Raleigh because they're going to need it.
And the offense, cool to see them score after halftime with a lead. That's the first time.
That's why they always defer, Ira. That's why they always defer.
Because they always cash in and start second half. But no, again, that's why I do take more away from this game than I have the other games.
All right.
In a while. But as you said, I mean, NC State's a place Florida State has not played well in a long time.
Yeah.
I assume they'll be favored.
I don't know, man.
NC State got destroyed.
So bad against Miami.
So NC State got destroyed 41-7 on Saturday. So we'll see what the point spread is in that game. But that game is huge.
It's enormous. It's enormous. You can't go a whole season without winning a conference road game, 2 in a row, and expect to be here in 2026. 2 seasons in a row. So it really is important. And look, I don't even know if that decision has already been made. I would feel like a loss in Raleigh makes it pretty easy, but a win in Raleigh makes the decision maybe a little more difficult, Ira.
So it's been interesting, that topic, because, the day of the game, I mean, there's rumors swirling both sides. I had some people telling me that no matter what happens tonight, Mike Norvell's going to be fired on Sunday, and this was not
Wouldn't that be something
great
after
sources.
A 20-point win?
This was just, people that, are hearing things, and that other people tell me he's coming back. They just have to win a couple of these last 3 games. And that's kind of the argument discussion we had on Seminole Headlines this week was, your point was, if they win these 3 games, he's coming back. And my point was, how the hell would you expect them to win these 3 games?
You wouldn't even entertain it.
Well, and that's where I'd say I feel a little bit different right now.
I don't know, man. I didn't like the way the Gators looked.
No, well,
they had too much fight. We'll see what they do against Tennessee, but they had too much fight.
I'm more concerned about this team. And so, again, I didn't put anything in the Wake Forest game, and I thought Clemson was very disappointing.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, man. This game made me feel a little bit – I'm sure a lot of people are watching this and like, what the hell are you talking about? Virginia Tech sucks. I agree with you. But Clemson kind of sucks, and it didn't matter. So
the whole conference kind of
sucks. We'll see what they look like on Saturday. But I feel like – on Friday night, excuse me.
They need to know that the game's on Friday.
Friday night, guys. But I'm boosting up my chances of them running the table
wonderful, Ira.
Compared to where I was on Tuesday.
That's all they needed to hear. Talk about inspiration.
Between having Ethan Pritchard back.
Yeah, you somehow believing they're going to win on the road. All right, Ira, things are picking up. But seriously, it was genuinely awesome to see that. And even Deuce was like, the last time I saw him, he was on a stretcher. Right. And now he's sitting upright. Like, that doesn't seem like much, but that's a huge – the fact that he's sitting at all is just such a huge development, a really cool thing.
And then Mike Norvell, if you watch Mike Norvell's press conference, if you don't want to watch Mike Norvell's press conference, I think some of you guys are tuned out, go towards, I don't know, it's probably 10, 12 minutes in when he talks about Ethan Pritchard. He talks about how every time he would FaceTime Ethan at the rehab center, he'd be drenched in sweat during his rehab and how hard he's been working and how hard he wants to work to get back and be on this football team. It's pretty cool, man. It is emotional stuff. It was an emotional night for this team. And again, I think good way to – listen, anytime you come to Doe Camel Stadium, it's good for the fans. It was a great crowd. Students were awesome.
Yep.
And, good for the Noles to go out with a win.
Talk about Cummins, man.
All right. CumminsLifestyle is the brand. If you go to Instagram, look at –
He's holding it up. That's what I was pointing at.
I didn't know we had this. Aslan coming correct. Guys, follow –
I'm noticing everything around us, including just randos, the lawnmower.
You do notice everything. I'm trying to keep you on track. Follow CumminsLifestyle on Instagram to see all the cool things you can do with their portable power products.
Alliteration. Portable generators, RV generators, and much more. CumminsLifestyle.com. All one word.
When we were up at Clemson last week, Corey, did you notice all the generators at the tailgate lots?
Yeah, man, that's how you live life.
It's amazing.
I don't understand how everybody doesn't have a generator.
Tailgate's a whole different
Especially
world.
in the South, because your power's going to be knocked out. Get you a generator. Get you a generator.
Although maybe some people like to rough it. They got the old Coleman gas stove. They don't need to.
What's the matter with you, man? Coleman doesn't sponsor us. We shouldn't even say their name. Cummins, that's who sponsors us.
For Corey and Aslan, this is Ira signing off from Doe Camel Stadium. Check out Warchant.
For Corey and Ira, this is Aslan.
Go check out Warchant.com. Corey's column will be up. Plenty of coverage. All the videos of the post-game press conferences. We had videos from earlier in the day, if you didn't notice while you were at the game, of Ethan Pritchard leading the team.
Doing the legacy walk.
With the legacy walk, which was really cool. And then also just a lot of things, a lot of coverage from the game.
Predict it now. Will we be doing this at a bowl site in a month?
The Noles are going bowling, baby.
You think so?
I think they're going bowling. I'm telling you, this game changed my mind.
This
game changed my whole outlook.
Awesome.
For the first time in a while, I feel like they may have turned the corner. And I'll be happy. Well, I won't be happy, but I'll eat plenty of crow next week if they go to Carter Finley and do what they usually do.